Alright guys, this is part 3 of the notes that go with distribution. Let's look at question number 4 on there. Now, does this one have a distribute? No, because there's nothing on the outside. But, does this one have a distribute? Yes, it does. That minus sign, and there's a sneaky 1, we're going to have to multiply that times everything in there. So, negative 1 times x is negative 1x. Negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. Plus 2x, and it should equal 0. I still have an x minus 3. Since nothing here is being multiplied on the outside, I don't need those parentheses anymore. Now from here, we're going to go on to the next step. So we've already distributed. We're going to combine like terms. I've got 1x here, negative 1x here, and positive 2x. So 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 plus 2 is 2. So altogether it's going to be 2x's. Now, I still have a minus 3 and a plus 5, and it should equal 0. On this one, I actually have more like terms. I have a regular number here and a regular number here. So what is negative 3 plus 5? That should give us positive 2. So it's 2x plus 2 equals 0. Now, I have a number still on the x side. So I'm going to move it to the other side. We're on step 3 now. So subtract 2, and 0 minus 2 is not 0, it's negative 2. The last step, 2 times x equals negative 2, so divide by 2. Those will cancel, and we'll get x is equal to negative 1. When you get your final answer, go back and plug it in. So we've got negative 1 minus 3, close parentheses, minus 1 minus 5, negative 1 minus 5, and then plus 2 times negative 1. All that should equal 0. Start with your parentheses first. Negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. Minus negative 1 minus 5 would give us negative 6. Plus 2 times negative 1, which would give us negative 2. And that should equal 0. Negative 4 minus negative 6. You've got a minus next to a negative, so it's going to change to plus. Negative 4 plus 6 is positive 2. Positive 2 plus a negative 2 is equal to 0. But once you get it in like this, type it in your calculator and check. That'll save you some time. All right, we've got one more. Our last one. Now on this one, be very careful because we're going to have to distribute on the outside here and on the inside here. Whenever you're doing distribute, just like with parentheses, you're going to work inside out. So, inside right here, 3 times g and 3 times negative 5 goes first. Negative 3 times g is negative 3g. Negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. So we've worked that. Now we still have the brackets, and we've got a g here, and that's in brackets, and we have a 2. We still have a plus and all this over here. 7 minus g and a 5. Now I've worked that inside one. Let's work the outside one. Do I have like terms to combine inside? Yes, I do. And this will save us a step if we can do that. G minus 3g gives us negative 2g. So I've got negative 2g plus 15 brackets, 2 on the outside, plus 5 parentheses g minus 7. Okay, we still have some more distribute. Let's move over to this one over here. 5 times g is 5g. 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. Plus, and we're going to do this, we just did this one. We're going to do this, distribute 2. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4g. 2 times 15 is positive 30. And now we've gotten all of our distribute step. Don't get discouraged if it takes you 2 or 3 steps. Just keep on trucking. Now, do I have like terms? Yes, I do. I've got a 5g and a minus 4g. 5 minus 4 is 1, so I've got 1g. Bring down everything else. Minus 35 plus 30 equals 0. Negative 35 plus 30, those are like terms because they're both regular numbers. Negative 35 plus 30 is negative 5. So I've got 1g minus 5 equals 0. Now, we're going to move our number, plus 5, and we're going to get 1g is equal to 5. And whenever you get just 1g left over, or 1x, or 1y, or whatever that variable is, you do not need to divide it. If we divide anything by 1, we're just going to get that value. So right here, we're done. Now that we've solved it, we're going to go back and check it. So plugging in 5 every time you see g. So 5, parentheses, instead of g, it's going to be 5 minus 7 plus 2, bracket, instead of g, we're going to put 5 minus 3, parentheses, 5 minus 5, close parentheses, bracket, equals 0. And when we go through and solve this, solve it inside out. 5 minus 5 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. So all this will cancel out on this next step and just leave us with 2 bracket 5. And this parentheses here, 5 minus 7 is negative 2. And we've got it 5 over here. Multiply here, I've got negative 10. Plus, multiply here, I've got 10. Negative 10 plus 10 does equal 0. So we just checked it. I hope these notes were helpful. Good luck on your homework. And if you have questions, post a comment or send me a message on Google Classroom.